Joining me here in the studio, public affairs analyst Dr. John and political technocrat Dr. Dr. Dayo Kayode. Thank you so much. Do I say DQ, DDD, Dr. Dayo Kayode?
DDK.
Oh, DD. oh, there's actually Kayode there. Okay, D square raised to power K. Nice to see you.
If you are mathematical on a Monday morning in Lagos, then you will spend your time in traffic. So I will leave both.
All right, let's see what the newspapers are reporting. Guardian newspaper is the first here. Deborah, Northern governors condemn killing, call for calm. Northern governors condemn killing, call for calm. And Leadership newspaper is next. 4 days after Deborah's murder, presidential aspirants keep mute, avoid red line in campaign. That's Leadership newspaper. These Nigeria is next. Aftermath of Sokoto mayhem, Deborah sad. Church services suspended. Northern can warns against sending wards to schools in Sokoto. That's this Nigeria. Punch newspaper is next. Blasphemy killing. Our children won't attend school again, say Deborah's parents can to petition UN, US. The writers read, government has not contacted us. I went to fetch the corpse myself. Father laments. Northern Can asks parents to stop sending children to Sokoto schools. Nigeria not an Islamic country. Gume warns Muslims against the killing. First news is next. Religious extremists planning to set Southwest ablaze. Ghania Dams alleges, says they've invaded our communities. We resist them by all means. Nigeria risking total anarchy, he warns. News Direct, APC primary election. EFCC, CCB, IAPC presidential, National Assembly aspirants. APC primary election, EFCC, CCB, IAPC presidential, National Assembly aspirants. That's News Direct. That's looking at political issues of things. Now, Vanguard newspaper, 2023 APC governors, senators draw battle line over Lawan. APC governors, senators draw battle line over Lawan. That's ahead of the 2023 general election. The Nation newspaper, Atiku, Wike, Saraki, others battle for 3,700 delegates. Oyo, Osun, Akwa Ibom, Rivers, Kaduna, Bauchi, among those with large number of voters. Oyo, Osun, Akwa Ibom, Rivers, Kaduna, Bauchi, among those with large number of voters. That's the writer of the Nation newspaper. Daily Trust is next. Aftermath of resignation. Jostle begins for vacant ministerial positions. President Buhari's assurance spurs lobby in states. Silva yet to resign as petroleum minister. That's according to his aide. And president will decide on ministers who made U-turn. That's the spokesman to the president saying there. Blueprint is next. MNJTF troops neutralize 300 terrorists in Lake Chad fringes. Destroy 4 IEDs, lose 6 soldiers. Civilian JTF foil another attack on 3 Niger local government areas. Spate of insecurity alarming. That's according to Husani. And Abuja, Kaduna train attackers release pregnant captive. That's a story that broke over the weekend on Sunday precisely. Abuja in Kwara, 2022 flood outlook. AMACA, Gwagwalada and on red alert. AMACA, Amak, Gwagwalada and on red alert. FCTA to demolish more building at Trade Mall, Valley Hub Estates. That's Abuja in Kwara. Business AM, households consumption drives Nigeria's GDP growth by 70%. GDP expenditure shows 15% growth in real terms. Nigeria's in-net import position at 20.8 trillion naira versus 18.9 trillion naira. Dr. John has actually warned against talking too much of figures this morning, so we don't stay much in traffic. National economy, Nigeria can earn $200 billion annually with functional commodities exchange, functional commodities exchange. That's according to experts, as nation's oil exports dropped from 6.914 trillion naira to 4.194 trillion naira. So let's delve into the newspaper headlines. Let's start with this Nigeria, because the essence of having this program in the first place is to ensure that Nigeria is a peaceful place. So I'd like to start with you, Dr. Dayo Kayode. The aftermath of Sokoto mayhem, Deborah, sad, church service suspended, Northern can warns against sending wards to schools in Sokoto. So if Sokoto is not, if Sokoto now becomes a place where the Christians don't want to go to school, what does this say about our national integration? Everyone coming together as one indivisible whole.
You see, when I'm going to look at our national integration, that means I will look at even both Christian religion and the Islamic religion as Abrahamic, okay, which to a very large extent does not even belong to this terrain in the first instance. So why should we be allying these two religions, okay, to be increasing the fragility index of our nation? It's just like, let me give you a very simple but very funny analogy that just comes to mind now. Look at spaghetti, Indomie, and this one now they put
noodles all together. All those you don't want to start.
All these ones they put mede inside like bread. What do they call it? That people now eat every time.
Is it shawarma?
Shawarma.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm a bushman. Those foods, they are foreign to us. If I eat them, most of the time it gives me running stomach. Okay? So why don't I stick with my pounded yam, fufu, and eba? Instead of me increasing. I mean, do you understand the fragility index of my body metabolism? So this thing is becoming and unbecoming. And you have never seen our own traditional religion causing wahala here. So what is blasphemy in the first instance? Have you ever seen anybody talking in quotes now derogatorily about maybe Ogun, Shogo, or Batala, and you see some people coming out to kill them? So why can't we just sit down and do a kind of new assessment and evaluation as regards where Nigeria should even belong? It is becoming and unbecoming, very alarming. Look at that young, vibrant, sharp girl killed. So unfortunate. So, I mean, over the weekend, I just sat down, I started thinking. I mean, because when you see some things, in Yoruba, they say, that is, when you are pursuing something, and that thing is not doing you, I mean, you are not having satisfaction as regards what you are thinking of on that particular issue, you leave it.
Right. Okay, let me quickly take this to Dr. John. Dr. Well, church services suspended. He made reference to the Abrahamic faith, dominant religions in the country, Islam and Christianity. What does this say about our, living together in peace?
I think majorly, and I felt sorry for myself when I was listening to Dr. Kayode, because the reality of what the both religions actually preach to us is peace and advancement, breakthrough, and development of the community. And often when I hear that, any part of it, because I've been to places, even places that are, what do they call it, that are Islamic, countries that are Islamic countries, you hardly hear of these things. Then why should Nigeria be the dumping ground of everything that is not going well in the world? And it starts with orientation.
Is it a problem of Nigeria or an African problem?
I think because of our population in Nigeria and the perception of leadership. Now, let me come to perception of leadership. In this part of the world, we think, a governor, for example, is successful because he's building bridge. Nobody thinks success in relation to the fact that you can actually reorientate your community, bring them from one path of thinking to another. Nobody counts that as any form of achievement. And the problem we have today, it's not about building roads, it's not about building bridges. If we fail to actually orientate our community, every man you see on the street, and it's not a subject of whether I'm a Muslim or I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian, I belong to leadership position, and I sample the opinion of people in my assembly, and I see that all of them carry this superiority mindset, that my religion is superior to one, that if you belong to that one, there's a special place for you here. It's not a problem of whether it's one religion, only that the way one attains or attacks such an issue may be different from the other. So we must get to a point, either you belong to one or two or three, that we must actually sit down and ask ourselves this basic question. If you go to Israel today, we can count the percentage of people in Israel that are actually Christians. If you get to, you will never hear, you hardly hear of bomb blasts in Islamic countries. Right. So why should Nigeria be the dumping ground of every extremist kind of ideology and
belief system? Yeah. Well, let me come to you now, Dr. Dayo Kayode. Pastor Enoch Adoboye visited one of the governors in the north, and he said something which is very, very striking, that when during the Abuja Kaduna train attack, when those terrorists were shooting, the bullets didn't identify a Muslim from a Christian. So why are we against ourselves? Why are we at our throats?
You see, it is still the basic of this problem is on ideological interpretations. When you put the Bible and the Quran side by side, and you read them page by page, precept by precept, you see that each and every one of them preaches the same thing.
Absolutely.
I have my Quran and I have my Bible. Let me also shock you. There's another book known as This Great Message. This Great Message. If you have ever read those books, I've gone through all those books. Okay? And there is nothing there other than everything we have in the Bible, other than it goes further to explain. For instance, it will teach you. The very first time I read I read that topic, the Lord's Prayer. You should go there and read how you should recite your Lord's Prayer. My brother, if you follow it for the first time, there is no way you will not shiver.
You mean the Great Message by Abortion?
Exactly. When you read how it talks about the Lord's Prayer, I was reading that book some times ago, and somebody came to me, a pastor's wife. He said, Dayo, so you read this book, this and that? I said, yes. I said, what is wrong about it? He said, this book that doesn't believe in Holy Trinity and all that, incidentally. I was reading the lecture, Holy Trinity. I said, but you said this book doesn't talk about Holy Trinity. I said, come and see. I said, okay, how did you hear this? He said, my pastor told me. So that is the problem. How many people that are causing problems in this religion today have done research into most of these things? They will say, no, my pastor told me. But unfortunately, when the pastor is at the pulpit, talking to them, they will be busy, looking at their phone, not understanding what the pastor or the imam is preaching. Now ask them, what has the pastor said? They say, pastor said this. But meanwhile, they have lost the substance. Do you understand? So that's why I said it is all about misguided and a lack of understanding of ideological instances within these two religions.
So, Dr. John, this Nigeria actually still reports that, now let's go to Leadership newspaper, which says 4 days after Deborah's murder, presidential aspirants keep mute, avoid red line in campaign. 2023 election is nigh, and no one wants to offend the sensibility of others where they feel they can curry votes.
You see, anything, we were told when I was younger that if you build your house with, is it spit, Dr. Kayode, that ordinary Jew we actually scatter it at the end of the day. It shows that our community, either we want to accept it or not, and this this is the reality that plays out every day, is that governance in Nigeria is has been made complicated by the issue of religion and ethnicity. And most times we got to this point because of the fact that what we were yearning for initially was not a religious leader. What we were yearning for initially was a good leader, somebody who would be able to unite us. But at the point that we didn't get that, we now felt, okay, if Dr. Kayode is from my side of the religion, maybe he will attend to me when he gets to power. Then we added religion. And like I've said it before, that the concept of religion, it was in the process of man seeking God that he found religion. But in the exercise of man's religion, man missed God. And it's quite unfortunate. Now, as we were saying, all the presidential aspirants, because they are trying to calculate, oh, if I say this now, and a certain group of people is offended, how am I going to win election? Unfortunately for us, majority of people in high places also have some of this religious sentiment. But they will never come out and say it. They have it. They are thinking that their religion is superior. Some are even thinking that nobody should live in the community. They should wipe out everybody so that it will be their own religion. So if leadership, and you should know, I've met with people who carry this mindset. If leadership has this kind of mindset, followership will continue to move from house to house, advertising the secret mindset of leadership.
But do you also see it from this angle that because it's one nation, we'll say, it's Nigeria as we look at it, and we know that we have plurality of religions. Is it possible that some of these some of these political leaders who are gunning for different elected positions, they are trying to be very careful? Fine, we all have our biases, we all have our sentiments, and we don't want to lord it over another person. So it's better we just keep calm and preach and talk about that which unites us. It's possible they are just being careful.
The thing is that the reality of what's on ground, and I'm going to talk as both a philosopher and a politician. The reality of what's on ground is that majority of them are afraid. There's nothing. Open the Bible, sir. Anywhere you get to, killing is condemned. Open the Holy Quran.
Yes.
Killing is condemned.
Exactly.
So there's nothing stopping you from condemning a killing. This one is just too much. Somebody that is in school, and because of one religious thing, you went there to drag the person out, to kill the person, and you will be justifying it that because you want vote. The good thing is that majority of them will not get the ticket of their party. Majority of them will not participate in the secondary election. So either they talk now or not. Shame on everyone who refuse to condemn it. What is wrong?
Who has refused to condemn?
And many of them will not, like I said, they will not get the ticket of their party. We'll be here.
Don't take it too personal.
It's not personal. It's one person now. It's one person that will get the ticket.
Absolutely.
It's one person. I'm not taking it personal.
Absolutely. So your final thoughts. We need to achieve one Nigeria at the end of the day.
Yeah, you see, there's no doubt that we need to achieve a cohesive, working Nigeria, not just a cohesive Nigeria, a cohesive, working Nigeria.
Right.
And for us to be able to do that, we have to abhor from most of this primordial thinking. Primordial in terms of religion, in terms of ethnicity, in terms of tribal bigotry.
Yeah.
All right? And then move towards developmental issues. What are the things that we know can bring us together as a people towards annexing that abundant human and natural resources that we have been endowed with? There is nothing in the whole wide world that Nigeria is not endowed with. Nothing.
Right.
But it's a pity we have not been able to get that leader, that we have that mindset of abhorring this primordial thinking and then look at how can we annex these resources together to ensure a workable, a systemic workable, cohesive Nigeria.
Yeah, that's one of the things that Dr. actually also said that, everything, why should we be Why should we allow things to be dumped on us and then we just take it like that and run with it without using our own senses? Thank you very kindly. Really appreciate your time.
I'm not taking it personal.
Yeah, definitely. There's so many things that are so personal to us. And when we take it personal, doesn't mean we are being biased, doesn't mean what we just
cohesive working Nigeria.
Absolutely.
It's personal to me.
It's personal to
anybody
everyone.
that is ready to do
Absolutely.
it, I follow you.
Right.
Either you are outside Igbo, Yoruba,
Definitely.
Muslim, Christian,
Definitely.
or Ogun worshipper.
So many things are
We don't
personal to
have
us.
people in your class. We don't have the Ogun worshippers in politics. We hardly see them because
Because they are not proud to come out.
When they
people are never proud to come out.
Okay. Maybe when you win election, you use Ogun to swear.
Yes, I think I've want to propose it here that look, when we want to swear for our political office holders, let us put aside all this Abrahamic religion. Let us come to our religion. Ogun, Shogun, Obatala, all these things.
So
when you see them swear with that, honestly speaking, Shogun doesn't wait now.
We have to go.
Shogun will not wait now.
Before you invite Shango into the studio, let us just take things easy. So the thing is, thank you very kindly. Really appreciate it. So you're not part of the Abrahamic faith?
Even though I believe in it, but I still believe strongly in what God has endowed Africa. I believe in Africanism.
Thank you very kindly. I really appreciate you. Public Affairs Analyst Dr. John, thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
And political technocrat Dr. Dayo Kayode, really appreciate it.
My pleasure.